Hey everyone, it's Dave from POV Drives, and today we're taking a look at the Camaro LT1 and what it's like driving it on a road trip from Pennsylvania to New Jersey. Short one, 100 miles. Got to go to a doctor's appointment back home in New Jersey, and I need to switch my doctors to Pennsylvania so I don't have to do this, but oh well. So this is the 2021 Camaro LT1. I'm going to give you my impressions, what it's like driving long distance, shifting the gears, and the fuel economy and the comfort. So let's get into it. So this is the LT1. It's a 2021 model year. It's a Camaro 2-door coupe. It has rear-wheel drive, a 6.2 liter V8, made it to a 6-speed manual transmission. That 6.2 liter makes about 450 plus horsepower, sent to the rear wheels of this car. It averages about 16 mpg in the city, 24 on the highway, which is pretty in line with our mostly highway but mixed driving that we've been doing. 236 miles, we've been averaging 24.2 mpg, which has been about mostly highway driving with some city driving, some spirited driving. So in terms of comfort in this car, this is the LT1, so it is just essentially a base LT Camaro with the 6-speed manual and a V8. So it's very bare bones in here. I'll talk more about that once I get around this corner. Even though you're trying to stretch your fuel economy, it is a Camaro and it's a 6-speed manual with a V8. You're gonna enjoy it and get stuck behind all manner of people. So in terms of this interior, we do have Apple CarPlay wireless on this touchscreen. While it is very responsive and it's a pretty good display, the positioning and the contrast levels are pretty bad, and the positioning is like not in a good viewing angle. You kind of have to like duck down and look at it. This is already a pretty small car to begin with in terms of visibility. And while we're talking about that, visibility in this car, it's a little intimidating. You get used to it. There's definitely, I don't think there's a lot of blind spots. Yeah, these pillars might be a lot. You definitely sit in this car, but you feel like it is kind of coming over top of you. But really the tough thing is just kind of like the size of it. It's a muscle car, so it's got a really long hood, really wide hips. So visibility over the hood, it's signature and stuff. I love this design and stuff, but it definitely is, a little bit encroaching on your visibility. Blind spot visibility is honestly not too bad. Out that window, it's not great, but over here, it's very easy to see the blind spot. No blind spot monitoring in this. That is in either like the 2LT and above trims. Kind of goes 1, 2, 3 in terms of 1 LT or 1 SS, 2 LT, 2 SS, and as you go up, it's a little bit more luxury features. So besides the visibility, I have a tough time placing this car on the road. My first muscle car I've driven, so it's very different from what I'm used to in my car. The hood is very long. And you don't really have a lot of height to kind of see over it, but I also do want to sit inside this car because that's just kind of, I do like that it's a little bit cozy in here. But I'm very surprised by the ride quality. This LT1 is equipped with a performance suspension and Brembo brakes, and it's a pretty heavy car and pretty thin sidewalls on these tires, but very comfortable. Does get upset over some bigger bumps, but on the highway, very smooth and very quiet. I will show that later on and stuff. Overall, what would be nice, 2 zones of climate would be nice. I don't know if vents are available in the rear for any passengers or dogs that would want to road trip back there. Mostly dogs. For our buddy Milo would be nice. Heated seats, ventilated seats are available, would be nice to have, and a little bit more of like safety systems, rear cross traffic alert would be nice, forward collision warning and stuff would also be nice. Now, this isn't your standard road trip where I'm, you know, going on the highway and just going and going. There is a little bit of a, you know, back roads and stuff, so it's tough shifting gears when people just decide to go right up your butt, and you know, you roll back a little bit even with hill start assist. This car does like to roll back quite a bit, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking because I don't trust people behind me, and maybe that's me inexperienced as a manual driver for some, but I just don't trust people not to be up my butt. So with about a half hour later of stop and go and traffic and my favorite things ever, and we're heading towards the highway 78 west, so we'll be able to enjoy, really open up this V8 and have some fun with it, because on a road trip you should be enjoying the drive in addition to being comfortable. Talking about the performance of this car, nothing beats a rear-wheel drive high horsepower V8. The sound, the high revving nature, the little squirreliness you might get when traction is limited, and then just the feeling of all that power just shooting to those rear wheels and the engine lifting up, torquing up the front end of the car. It's raw, it's visceral, it's rowdy, it's muscle car. It's like, you know, it's kind of like a boat. It's not nimble and playful, but it's just you feel like you're holding back a big beast. Just listen to that resonance of that V8 just revving it out. Oh my gosh, it sounds so angry. I love it. I don't like what the drive modes are in this car, but let's switch it over to sport. Don't think there's no adjustable dampers. I think the steering firms up a little bit. Probably get more backfires out of the rear end. Throttle response is definitely nice and snappy. That I'm impressed with how fast these modern muscle cars go. I've watched a lot of POV videos of these, and I'm always missing that third to fifth. I'm always money shifting into third. Yeah, I watched a lot of these POV videos, and they really don't capture how fast this feels and how quickly those gets to triple digits. But anyways, cruising on the highway, let's throw it down to 6. Sits right at 1500 RPM. I'm pretty impressed with the road trip manners of this car. If you're doing like a normal commute on the highway and stuff with, you know, a little bit of back road fun on your commute, this would be great. I mean, as long as you live in a climate where you can daily something like this, it's super comfortable. Not a lot of noise, as you can hear, some wind, but it doesn't sound any worse than my Audi. I would actually argue that the drone in my Audi is worse than this car. The drone of the engine, the exhaust. The ride is nice and smooth. It gets upset over larger bumps, but you know, I like a firmer suspension in general. This is very comfortable. The seats I could use some lumbar support and stuff, but it's very nice, sitting right at 70 miles per hour. And the seats aren't too bad. They give you a nice little hug, but nothing too crazy. Just the creature comforts I'm missing, but they're available in the higher level trims. So I'd say if you have the money and the budget, definitely go up to those 2 and 3 level trims. Gets, you know, more technology, head-up display, some safety systems for cross traffic, blind spot, forward collision warning, no adaptive cruise control available. I think you get a bigger touchscreen as well in those next level trims, leather, ventilated heat seats, heated steering wheel. You know, pick your flavor and stuff. I think this is definitely a great place to start for road tripping. You do get that nice V8. It's sitting around 70. You know, we're averaging 25, 26. This road trip probably will creep us up to 25, 26 highway, which is pretty in line with the EPA estimates. The nice thing about a V8 is plenty of plenty of power to, you know, get up to speed without having to shift down past somebody. Yeah, it's a nice place to be. I'm pretty impressed. I like a smaller car for a road trip too. I like being close to the ground. Yeah, you're surrounded by big trucks and stuff and SUVs, but I like being closer to the ground for road trips. I feel like being nimble and stuff allows me to not be, you know, too dangerous when you're bobbing between lines and stuff, and, you know, maybe you accidentally go like this over to the left, you know, to the shoulder, or a little bit over. Like, I don't feel like I would be as destructive, or it would be as consequential if I hit somebody. Not saying I want to hit somebody, and I have, but like, you a little less car to control. This is a pretty big coupe, but compared to like modern SUVs and stuff, it's not, sorry, my neck, not too small or big. So that's really it. I mean, we can give it one last V8 send-off. That's what we'll do. But overall, thank you for watching. Hope everyone enjoyed. Let me know if you daily or commute in a Camaro, how far your commute is, and what your impressions are of it. And what's your MPG? Are you getting towards the teens like the driver of this car is? 18.6. This is his daily driver. Yeah. This is Dave from POV Drives, and we'll send it off with the last V8 pull.